Hey, I'm Kev Hillman. Welcome back to MXGP3 has restarted the second half of the season in France last time out, and Kev Hillman didn't have the best experience despite grabbing a win. Let's see if we can be a bit better in Great Britain. Let's say we are in a very sunny Great Britain. This is unusual and barely a cloud in the sky as we go up and down this Matterley Basin circuit. It's got some very tight sections, heady sections as well. Here's a classic. And here we go, attacking with Hillman on his qualifying effort. There's a circuit. We expect to go well. A bit better than France last time out, where no doubt Hillman had the pace but couldn't deliver in that first race. Definitely did in the second though, even though he left it a bit tight in the end. Look like he's going to win that by a country mile. That's not the best line through that corner. He's just trying to battle with his rider in front. I believe that's the Frenchman in front. So if he keeps up with the Frenchman, we know he's got good pace around there. And this Kawasaki. They've looked very good with the other riders as well. The Belgian and the Frenchman, but just could not get the results in France, in Spain. They've run well in the podium places, even leading as well. Haven't been able to back it up like Hillman has. Let's go into the middle of this lap. Just about staying on the track. Once again having to relinquish some time. The Frenchman gets by though. So now we go downhill. Some sweeping. Right and left-handed. Got some jumps as well. There's some massive jumps coming up. Here we go. Oh, that will please the fans. As I go through the final corner, you can hear the cheering on the outside as he does a 33.1, which is the quickest by 1.6 seconds ahead of Nagel. Then you've got Savigny and Caroli. Then the Frenchman who are battling with, but you can see he's 1.8 seconds slower. Then we've got the Saili. And the other Kawasaki and the Russian and the Belgian one, the Suzuki, and Koldenhoff and Van Horbeck. With pulling just outside the top 10, Townley in 13th, Home Hero, Tommy Searle in 17th, with Axel at the back. So let's see what the Hammer can do in the first race. As we set up at the gates, strapping in for what should be a thrilling 5 that race. As it looks like the French are trying to get the DV time on the Husqvarna. As we're alongside his teammate Nagel. As you lean forward, wait for the gates to drop. The race gets underway. Definitely not getting another hole shot though. Way back in the pack. Find the Belgium. On the outskirts of the top 10. Has in just like Koldenhoff on the KTM gets the hole shot. But that's it start from the Dutchman. Looks like the Hammer's making his way up the order though. Down the inside, it's old Koldenhoff got the whole shot and it's down immediately. It's like Spain all over again for the Dutchman. He is just not having a good season, even though he definitely does have the pace, and the Hammer back in the lead already. Oh, probably don't want to scrub though over that jump. As now he's going to drop back to the last, is he? He is. Alongside Koldenhoff. Is that Slovenian as well? No, it's another Honda rider. But he's back in the points immediately. There's a bit of a mad dash in this section though. You can see one side you got the jump, other side you can go flat, which is much better. Just trying to go around the outside of the house final of the Frenchman. Get some more TV time for his sponsors. It's all getting hit in the back by another Frenchman. The one who often falls down. But it's sticking upright in this race. There's alongside number 100. Dig down the inside. Oh, he's clipped. Just he's going for a top 10. Second four of the opening that for the Hammer. Let's see if he can grab it back. The remaining 4 laps of the race. As he crossed his start-finish line in last. Would not have expected that. But it's happening too regularly now. We saw it in France. Saw it Spain being right at the back as well after poor starts. Always having to fight his way through the field. As you can see, it's costed him. After in the first few races, just being at the front, enjoying himself. Like Qatar. Thailand for a bit. And then in the Netherlands, but since then, in the 9 rounds, 10 rounds since then, not been plain sailing at all. But he's going up through the field nice here, gone a bit wide though. Into the right, down the inside, into the left. Really playing with the track limits. Going over the outside, you can also use that as well. Just seen from the rider in front to stay on the track. As that's a tiny scrub, just about holding on. Not a full scrub. As he drops back down to 15, gets by the Honda, does he? Going elbow to elbow. 21. He's going to have to slot back in behind. He's going to the final couple of corners of this second lap. Gets back up into 14. Major scrub. Almost landed on the rider in front. Is that snow in front? Looks like his colours. He's going to the third lap of the race. Homecrow have been treated to some fantastic battling already. He's trying to make it 3 wide, Hillman. As he goes round the outside. Let's see who can do this. Into the right. Oh no! Belgium's down. Well, that's one way of getting through. Not the way you want to see though. Now he's on the back of his teammate. So the Frenchman in front, going for a top 10. That's a good result for him. Been a very poor season. Just as I say, that hammer nicks it from his teammate, gets that top 10. Gets shuffled back to 11th. But maybe he's blocked off the rider behind into that right-hander, maybe enabled him back into the top 10. Repaying his teammate there. As he's just charging through the field, halfway through this race, back up to 9th already. Still got a long way to go. Just about holds on to the track. Looks like he's running wide doing that scrub. So now he takes the inside line, gets up into 8th, made it very comfortable with that rider. I believe is on the Suzuki. I should probably know the manufacturer's pipes by now. As it looks like a KTM in front. And oh, damn it, getting into the back. As you go across the line onto the penultimate lap. And oh, the Belgian is down again. So is Tommy Searle, 20th in his home race. You do not expect that from the Brit. As that is definitely a car that's like you're having a nightmare. But in this site, we've got a couple of cars like he's in 7th and 6th with the Belgium in front. They're definitely not. And the ruts have been developed nicely in this race as well to use it to swing this bike round them. Very good. As he's going to look around the outside, is he? No, it's going to stick to the inside line. Going downhill. That right hand hairpin, definitely one of the trickiest corners on the circuit. Don't want to be carrying too much speed into it. Yes, that's a nice move into 6th, ahead of his teammate. Now going for a top 5, is he? Against Nagel. Arch nemesis Nagel. There's final rider this time, doesn't put up much of a fight. As now, he's approaching a podium place. Look at this, he's really gaining on 4th. On the Frenchman is that in front. Going for the inside line. Make that the outside into the left-hander. Here's the Frenchman. Easy by him. Now into the final couple corners, so you approach the final lap. Going wheel to wheel. 4th. There's all the Swiss riders down behind from 10th. Maybe does allow all the Kawasakis apart from Searle to be in the top 10. It's really fantastic to see. But let's see what the hammer can do. Can he get a podium here in this first race? He's got a Honda in front. Looks like the leader's a bit in front. As no, he's down from 9th. The Frenchman, Trixier, as well. The Slovenian does not like seeing the Hammer try and nick his podium spot. That could have easily been 2 Kawasaki's down in the space of a couple of seconds as the Hammer gives Slovenian a bit of a nudge. Let him know that he's not going to take that treatment. He's going to take the inside line and take back that podium spot. Oh, but that's a bit wide. But he does hold on to it. Holds on to third. Now can he get second? He just about holds on to the bike. It's halfway through this final lap. We've got a mad dash towards the finish once again in the race. Once again with another podium. Solid points scored. It's going to be very hard to top if he continues doing this, Hillman. As he's just got a couple of corners to go. Won't have enough time to grab second, will he? That's a scrub. Almost didn't land that. As the Russian wins. Fantastic result. But good recovery from the championship leader to get another podium in Britain with his arch rival, the Italian, the legend, in second, with the Slovenian fourth, then the Frenchman in fifth. And look at that, 4 different manufacturers in the top 5 different manufacturers in the top 6. And then we also got the Suzuki of Townley in 8th as well. There's looking further down there, as the Frenchman in 11th. Could have made it all the factory Kawasaki's in the top 10. With Tommy Saw down in 20, just ahead of Snow for the final point. So heading into the second race, can Hillman grab another podium? Maybe the overall victory, has his skills are improving again. As they are lined up for the second race. As it should be a mad dash to that first corner. So there goes the Frenchman getting the TV time. Let's see if the Hammer can get a better start than that first race. He revs up the engine and gets underway. Gets an even more shocking start as you go towards the first corner. You can see very compact in front. That's all he gets into the 8. As it's Nagu, he gets the whole shot. Looks like the Hammer's settling in on the edge of the top 15. You can see the inside line as Koldenhoff survived Diaz, while the Frenchman, obviously that fame has gone to his head, those 15 minutes of it. He is down as the Hammer's battling for 5th. Here the Frenchman at number 21 pull in, and oh, good move down the inside on the other Frenchman, is it? No, it's another Yamaha. I believe that's the Russian who won the first race. You can try and make it a double. As all Hammer, bit off track, too aggressive into that left-hander. That allows the Frenchman bite for top 5. Allows the Honda by, as it looks like it is the KTM that's the lead in the way. As all, there it goes. Hammer down the inside, very aggressive, and looks like his teammate in front. Is that in 4th? That is some bright yellow. It normally means it is the Kawasaki. Not bright though, it's green, isn't it? You'll see he's almost side by side with the Russian, heading into the final couple of corners of this opening lap. There's a great battle for second in front between the Frenchman and Mystery Man. As you go on to the second lap, into 4th place, and gaining quickly on the podium places. As that is his teammate in front. I believe that is the Belgium. Frenchman normally not running this high. I was saying that he did almost get a top 10 in the first race. Should have got a top 10. As Koldenhoff, of course, he's down. And oh, Belgium not having any of it from his teammate. Wants to grab back that podium place. As the Dicker's down as well. Further down the order. As that's a nice left-hand hairpin. Eased the bike towards the apex. Got into that groove. And followed it through nicely. It's the wide line. Really is gaining on first. The second lap of Nagel. German taking the lead, and he is trying to get away from the field, but of course his arch rival has called up to him. Let's see if these two have another classic battle like we saw in France. They always seem to end up on the same piece of gravel, of mud, of dirt. At least one time every round as he's going down the inside, he grabs the lead, does the hammer. The second lap, is that already a hammer blow to Naga as there goes Snow down his home race from a point. Vital in his battle for not last place. Finishing 21st in the championship compared to 22nd. So let's see how this Kawasaki flies around this British circuit. Been a staple of the calendar. I know last year in 2017 it held the Motocross of Nations instead of being a round on the World Championship calendar, like a normal round like it is here. As we go over the jumps. Trying to use that bank there through that left-hander. That's something very different from MXGP2. You couldn't really do that. You're just trying to make sure the bike would go through that left-hander and carry momentum through corners rather than using that bank for momentum. Let's go into the last section of this third lap. This race is flying by. It's a wonderful circuit to ride around, like most of them. A great mix of challenge, of corners, of jumps, of mounds. Having to be precise or free flowing. Having to use the ruts. Having to use the terrain as well to get around corners. As I just described in that middle section. Being fast and slow. It's a good mix. So you go into one of the tricky sections as you have that jump heading towards this right-hander. Don't want to be carrying too much speed over that right. So we're going on the outskirts of that right-hander, and then if you use the bank well on the outside, be looking pretty. If you don't, you're looking poor heading into the next left-hander. Same with that jump into that hairpin, very tricky if you carry too much speed into that corner. Sammer, once again, a bit like France when he was leading comfortably around this stage. Had a little wobble. This time it doesn't lead to a fall, but he's got to keep the whole concentration up for the rest. This race is all the Russian, he won't be doing the double here. Down from 7th. After having such a strong first race as well, very disappointing to see. There's all the Italian down from 16th on his Honda. Giappino, is that how you say that? I do have to apologise. Again, I haven't done it for a while for my pronunciation of some of the names. Again, I have to watch some of the MXGP videos from the past season to remember how to pronounce some of them. As we go past the flares onto this final lap, 31-2. Fastest lap for the hammer. Really is marching away in this second race. And responding well, starting this second half of the season really well. With a couple of victories, a podium. He had that shocking first race in France, but that has been quickly forgotten. And once again, just stamping his authority on this championship as Naga's down from 2nd. Now Sparna's down. What's the German done? And oh, the Italian, his main rival, is down from 9th, his championship rival. Poor Hillman. He'd be struggling to score top 10 with a KTM rider. And so this second race is just played beautifully into the hands once again of the Kawasaki. Yes, he's rode brilliantly this race. Barely put a foot wrong. Apart from that horrible start. And that slight wobble. Just over a lap ago. But apart from that, he has been superb. He does love this circuit. There's the hammer. Just as I say that, he makes another mistake. Right at the end of the race. No scrubbing over that jump, otherwise he wouldn't have made it. As he go past the final corner, past the fans, with another victory to add to the tally. And no doubt another overall victory, as well as he is soaring into the sky like an eagle. And it's a Kawasaki 1-2 with Desailly in second and a Frenchman in third. Nagel down to fourth of that final lap full. The Slovenian ran out top 5 on the Honda, then Van Horbeck in 6th, and then Palin in 7th. Then you got Garlund in 8th, then the Russian in 9th, and Kolinov ran out the top 10 ahead of his fellow KTM of the Italian with Tommy Searle in 15th, Townley 16th. We've got Alex Stowe at the back. So superb outing in Britain, 45 points, the most of anyone, the overall victory, the red plate, and 8 points ahead of the Russian with, where is the Italian? Down in 7th, 32 points, 13 points have been gained on his main title rival. With Alex Snow not a very happy home outing, down in 22nd with no points scored, the only rider not to do that. Tommy Searle in 18th as well, just 7 points for number 100. As in the championship, it is an 87 points lead with 6 rounds remaining, is it? Or 7 rounds off the top of my head, 14 races remaining. It's looking very good for Hillman ahead of Caroli. Then we have got the Frenchman in third, 14 points further back. Then 9 points ahead of Nagel, who's 30 points ahead of the Slovenian in 5th on the Honda. Looking further back, there's the Belgian up to 6th, 7 points ahead of Kolinov and Palin. Ran out the top 10 for Horbeck, 8 points ahead of the Russian. Then right at the back, it's just 2 points separating Snow and the Swede, as he didn't achieve the race objective once again, not getting 47 points. Very high objective to achieve. He really got to finish first or second in both races. First and third, not good enough, as you've just seen, but he did achieve the Rider Challenge. So he does earn some reputation. So does his skills go through the roof, braking, front management and control up to 87. So next time out, we'll be heading to Italy and another hard-packed track, just like we had earlier in the season. And the Rider Challenge is Antonio Caroli. We saw what he did in the previous round in Italy. He dominated Rider Hammer. He fell and struggled to earn some decent amount of points. Will that be the case next time out? Find out then. South watching, and I'll see you then.